Hey YouTubians, it's Tony here from We Try Anything, the channel likes to try anything so you don't have to. Today what we're going to have a look at, we're going to have a look at the Casio W-800H. Now this watch was kind of, someone mentioned this to me on my on one of the comments on the video that I did of the Casio W-96H, and they said to have a, if you like that, then have a look at this, because they felt it was even better really. And this Casio W-96H you can get, which I'm just kind of tapping my finger on here, you can get for, it can be as little as £10, and it does feature in my 5 Casio affordable Casio watches to buy video, because it is a really great watch, and also I love the display on this. But in this one, it is a little bit more, and I've only ever seen it go down to about £20 maximum. But you know, you just get a bit of just like a slightly better design to it, I feel. I mean, this one is a very, very nice open design, but this one here, you know, it is I feel just a slightly nicer watch, but that's in my opinion. And the module wise, they're pretty much similar really. I mean, what I've done, as you can see on the left, the Casio W-800H has a module number of 3240. Casio W-96H has a module number of 3239. And what I've done, I've also, just putting this to the side, I've also posted instructions below of this actual watch. So if you're not sure of anything that I put in the video, or I haven't covered anything in the video, then the instructions are there if you just wish to have a read at your own time and leisure. So what we're going to do is just going to kind of have a look around this watch. You'll have to forgive me, I've kind of just got a bit of being a bit nasally at the minute. I'm just undergoing a cold, but you know, you got to battle on really. So what I'm going to do is have a look around the actual design of the watch. I'm going to talk about the kind of materials that it's made up of. I'm going to give you the idea of the sizes and what have you here. And then what I'm also going to do is just go through the features that this watch has. I'm not going to go too in depth, because there's plenty of videos out there about the Casio W-800H. And also I have posted instructions, which I've mentioned earlier, below. And then finally, I'm going to pop it on my wrist and see what it's like to wear. And no, because I have put this watch on for a couple of days just to see what it's like. So just to kick off things really, this watch, it is made up of a resin strap, which you can see here, with a resin strap stay, as what I would call it, with the logo emblazoned on it. And this is a plastic buckle. And so as you can see there, it's very much resin. It's quite a nice resin. It's not like too flimsy or too, you know, it's too, you know, like too cheap feeling like the Casio, I think the Casio A1000W, which I've done a review of. That did feel a bit kind of toy-like. But the one other thing you will notice with this watch is that it is, the strap does, I would imagine you can pop your own little strap on there. I mean, please correct me in the comments below if that's not the case. But you know, you can just adjust these kind of strap stays as such here, just pop a new strap in there, as long as you've got the kind of width of the strap correct. Now it is a bit different in the W96H, where you've got more of an integrated looking strap here, which is more fixed really. And on this one here, you've got to pull the strap out as well as undo the screws just to get at the battery, whereas this one, where you've got the added convenience, is that you can just undo the actual back of the stainless steel back of the watch to get out the battery. So it's a bit more easier to get at. Carried on talking about the materials of the watch, it does have a resin case to it here, as you can see here. The actual dial window is made of a resin glass, as it were, so you know, like it's a resin plastic, and it is flat, as you can see here. It's not domed in any way. It is a flat resin glass. Size wise, the actual watch has a case thickness, seen as we're talking about, of 13.5 millimeters. It does have a case diameter or case width of about 44 millimeters, and in terms of weight, it's quite a light watch. It's around 38 grams from what I've read, so it is quite a lightweight watch to wear. It does feature 4 metal pushers, which you can see dotted around the watch either side. And powering the actual watch, you've got a 10-year or up to 10-year from new battery, which is, you know, it's quite common in a lot of Casio watches that I've reviewed on the channel. And also powering the actual time and the, you know, the accuracy of the watch, which is plus or minus 30 seconds each month, is Casio's Japanese movement. And I'm not sure if I mentioned it, it is actually water resistant to 100 meters as well. So, you know, quite a durable watch to wear. You know, you can jump in the shower and what have you and forget that you're wearing it, not a problem, or even in the bath. You probably could go swim with it as well, you know, as long as you don't go too deep, you know. So it's got some kind of, you know, you know, you can forget about it if you are wearing it. So, you know, it's quite handy in that aspect. Now, talking about the actual, you could the kind of pushers as such. You could use this pusher here to adjust whether you want 12-hour or 24-hour, or in America it's known as 12-hour or military time, which is the 24-hour. So you just keep a finger on that, and there's the 12-hour and there's the 24-hour. Kind of, it will kind of indicate it when it goes to 1 o'clock, so it'd be 1300 hours. You've also got a light here, which if you tap on the actual pusher here, will show you the light. Now, obviously you can see the green LED there, but I will pop a clip here just showing what the actual light is in the kind of darkness or semi-darkness. The next thing you've got is the adjust pusher here. So if you want to adjust the time, the date, or you know, the day of the month and what have you, you just keep your finger on the adjust button here, and there you go. So you can adjust the seconds, obviously use the mode to move it along, so it's like hours, minutes, and then I believe you just use this button here to adjust the actual time, as it were. So there you go, you can start seeing the date as well, and it also features that auto calendar, so once it's set you can kind of forget about it, from what I've read on the Casio website, which is great. So just pushing that off, and there you go. So as you can see there, it does have a lot of information straight away on the actual dial of it, which is kind of very reminiscent about this, but obviously you've got a slightly thicker font here. Shows you, you know, so it's just a little bit more, I don't know, it's a little, I mean, this one's a little bit more elegant from what I can see, but this one's a bit more chunkier in how it displays the time and what have you. But it does feature a lot on the actual main screen. So obviously you've got the day, you've got the hour, you've got the minute, second, year, month, and day. And there you go. So there's quite a lot of information on there, and also what you can see is what indicators, because this does feature quite a few different like alarm settings and such. So you've got snooze function, which you can have, alarm, obviously whether it's activated or not, and signal. So it has an hourly signal. So if that's on, it will also always chime every hour, just so every hour on the hour, so you know, obviously you're going into the next hour. And obviously if you've got the alarm and snooze function on, they are indicated here. So there's a lot of information to glean just from looking at the actual main dial, which is fantastic. Now moving into the modes, or kind of the features of the watch, I'll just pop it, just go through it. You've got an alarm function here, which you can kind of adjust. It does feature 4 multi-function alarms, which is a daily alarm, it has a monthly alarm, an alarm for a particular time of day of a month, or a date alarm. And then with each of them, with the alarms, you can set a snooze function. Now, I'm not going to do all the kind of go through everything, because I mean, at the end of the day, there's plenty of videos online about this watch. And also, as I said, or I may have not said, but I have popped a link to the instructions below that takes you off to the Casio website, so you can read them at your leisure. You've got a stopwatch function here, which measures within the measuring unit is within 100th of a second, and it also has a measuring capacity which goes up to 24 hours. So you set it off like that. It does split time like that, so you can kind of split your lap times and stuff like that. And then obviously you can just stop it, and then I believe, yeah, reset it like that. So it's as easy as that, really. The next thing you've got is obviously you can have 2 times here, and one thing I haven't mentioned is that you, at the bottom left, whatever kind of mode you're in, you've always got the time, or the current main time, featured down in the bottom left, which is a great little feature really on these watches. And the same can be said on this W-96H, which again, if you go through the same kind of modes that this one has, you see the actual time down the bottom. Fantastic little feature there. And dual time, obviously you can set one time in a different time zone to what you're at, and then obviously you can have this feature like the time, the main time that you're at the bottom. So if you're in the UK and you know someone or you do business with someone in New York, you can kind of, make sure that's set to like a New York time. That's your UK time, and then when you do business with them, you know what time that they are, so you don't call them ridiculously early in the morning or ridiculously late at night. You can kind of work out what you're doing in terms of time here. So it's a great little feature to have on a watch at this price point. And then finally, it's back to the main screen. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop it on my wrist that Sarah's like to wear. And right then, here it is. So here's the Casio W-800H on my wrist, and I've got to say, it looks really nice. I really do like the kind of, it's got a bit of a rugged kind of look and feel. And what I'll do is just to the side, I'll just pop a little kind of insert image of what the actual the W96 looks like on my wrist as well, just so you can get a kind of a comparison there. But as you can see, I mean, it looks a really nice rugged watch. And whereas the W-96H, I really like the look of it. I do kind of prefer this watch a little bit more over it. But again, each to their own, because I like that kind of, it looks more like a G-Shock than anything else really. So just moving that across, moving the watch more across. I mean, it does fit really nice. Obviously, you know, I've got quite a average wrist size, which I think is about 6.5 inches, something like that, maybe more, 6.5, 7, and it does fit really well. And then obviously the band goes all the way around nice, and you know, it's a nice watch to wear. And I would, you know, if you pop them next to each other, there's, you know, like this is going to look slightly bigger in terms of the actual way the display is designed, even though obviously the displays are the same size. It does look a bit more open than this one. But what I like about, as I said, what I like about this one, it's a bit more rugged looking, and I mean, obviously with the metal pushers and stuff like that, it just looks a little bit more. And obviously you do pay a little bit more for your money. Sorry, you do pay for a little bit more for this watch, but it just looks a bit more G-Shocky in the way it looks, like the W-5600. Just a very, you know, it's kind of got a hint to that look to it, which I really like. And as I say, I've been wearing this for you know, the past couple of days, and I've got to admit, you know, it is comfortable to wear. You know, I don't get it kind of banging into a wrist here like I did with the Casio AE3000W. But, you know, obviously it's not the same sort of size as that watch. But in terms of how it looks and how it feels and what it's like to wear, you know, it's a great watch. And I really do like the look of it. It's very easy to read the time off. You know, even from like a distance, you can see, glean the time off it, even through kind of the reflection of the actual light I'm using here so you can see the watch at its best. You know, you can get an idea of the time, the date, the day, the month, the year, etc., and whether you got your alarms on, your signal alarm and stuff like that. You know, it really does really shine in the kind of way it displays the information, the way it looks and the way it feels. So I hope this review's kind of helped really. If you've got any questions about this watch, then obviously pop them in the comments below. Or if you've got anything to say about this watch, whether you prefer this one or the 96H here, which is what I've showed you on my right. And I hope you liked the video. And if you did, then please give it a cheeky like. It always helps. And if you want to see more videos coming from the We Try Anything channel, then please click on the subscription button below. And we look forward to seeing you next time. Take care now. Goodbye.